So, in terms of your career, I'm wondering whether you already have an idea of what you envision for yourself. I mean, what do you think about the balance between your patient care and your research responsibilities?
Well, I'd like my main focus to be on my research. I do want some component of patient care, but research is really my number one goal. Um, I do have some experience in designing interventions, but I would really like to learn more about implementation science. So ultimately, I'd like to design and lead my own studies where we are disseminating evidence-based interventions to improve patient care.
Great, terrific. Those are really reasonable goals, especially given your balance between clinical activities and research.
Mhm.
Um, so I remember that you told me that you didn't have much interactions with your mentor at your previous institution. And
Mhm.
now that you're on faculty here, I want to know, what are you looking for in a mentoring experience? In other words, what are you hoping to gain from this partnership with me?
Well, I'd like to build up my career and establish myself here. And I wonder if you could help me do that. I do very well working with deadlines and establishing or accomplishing, rather, accomplishing expectations. So if we could have an open dialogue about what the expectations are, that would be very helpful to me.
Great. Yes, I too want this to be a two-way street. We'll probably check in with each other, ask each other questions, and I'm going to really also want feedback from you about how we're working together, because the point here is really to focus on advancing you in your career, and
Mm,
we can work together to establish your niche here.
okay, sounds good.
So let's start by figuring out, some logistics about how often we need to meet and what times of day. This is often the most challenging part of beginning and mentoring. So let's just get it resolved.
I work from home on Wednesdays, and Tuesdays and Thursdays are my clinic days. So Mondays or Fridays, would that be a good time for us to meet? And maybe at the beginning, if we could meet twice a month, does that work for you? I don't really know what the norm is usually.
Yes, that sounds fine. I like Fridays, and that can work for me. Um, You know, as you know, normally we would be meeting face to face, but as you know,
Hmm.
there's a lot going on in the world right now. So we
Yeah.
will continue these meetings virtually, and twice a month sounds great. I think that we should see how we're doing in the first few months, set some initial goals, and then
Mhm.
after you're more settled, we'll check in and see if you need to adjust either the meeting frequency or the day or the format. We should add this as a recurring meeting on our calendars, and that'll help us both be accountable.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Okay, another housekeeping issue. What's your
Hmm.
preferred communication method?
Oh, call, text, email, whatever works for you.
Okay. Okay, great. I generally prefer email, but I want you to feel free to text me in an emergency. And if
Mhm.
I miss an email, please, send a gentle reminder. If there's something time sensitive, like a deadline, please always feel free to text or alert me. Don't hesitate there at all.
Sure, will do.
Great, great. So the last logistics issue is I want to add that I want you to encourage you to take notes during our meetings. This will help us keep track of our
Mhm.
goals and certainly the action items so that we both know what to expect for the next meeting from each other.
That sounds great. I love that. Perfect. Thank you.
Great. So before we end today, I want to just give you an opportunity to see if you have any questions.
No, I can't think of any. Thank you so much.